Hello and welcome. We're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up, jockey Robert Hardball Halladine in charge and puts the brakes on Horse of the Year She's a Man-Eater's 9-race winning streak at Jamaica's Caymanas Park. A thrilling finish to the TNT feature at Santa Rosa Park, and the top Barbadian jockey Rico Walcott opens his stakes account for the 2018 Canadian season. Caymanas Park in Jamaica is our first stop.
The Legal Light Trophy, the platform for reigning Horse of the Year She's a Man-Eater's 2018 seasonal debut as a #1 horse in front of an expectant crowd. Only 5 starters after the 3-horse Big Daddy Cool is scratched. She's a Man-Eater, a hot 1-5 favourite. Champion jockey Omar Walker up for champion trainer Wayne DaCosta. Number 2 Will in Charge, a 6-1 bet. Number 4 Houdini's Magic, the 3-1 second favourite. 5 the 2013 Derby winner Perfect Neighbour, a winner last time out, the 7-1 outsider in this small field. And 6 is Marvelous Mava on a 3-race winning streak, but facing tougher opposition here at 4-1 odds. Here's Bran Rickman's race call.
They're off. An almost perfect start. Will in Charge gets away ahead of She's a Man-Eater on the rail. Houdini's Magic racing in between horses. Marvelous Marver is widest of them all, and Perfect Neighbour just in behind as they leave the mile and run toward the 7. And Will in Charge has made his intentions known, trying to go all the way, leading by a length and a half over She's a Man-Eater racing in second. A length and a half further back to Houdini's Magic, joined now by Perfect Neighbour getting the run on the rail, and 3 wide Marvelous Marver. Maybe 4 lengths separates the entire bunch of horses as they go now toward the final 6 furlongs. Will in Charge slowing it down a bit, leads just by a length over She's a Man-Eater. Houdini's Magic making gains on the outside. Marvelous Marver taken off the splits, and the Perfect Neighbour joins that one. They share last. Will in Charge continues to lead as they arrive at the 5. A length and a piece in front of She's a Man-Eater, throttled back in second. Houdini's Magic right alongside. Perfect Neighbour a length and a piece back. Marvelous Marver just trails. Approaching the final half of a mile, and Will in Charge is asked to kick now, showing up by 2 lengths. She's a Man-Eater shaken to get closer. Houdini's Magic 2 lengths further back. Perfect Neighbour making ground on the rail. Marvelous Marver now asked to kick in as the leaders leave the 3/8, and still Will in Charge is proving stubborn on that lead. She's a Man-Eater being urged to close the gap as they leave the 5/16th, but Will in Charge is first into the lane in the Legal Light Trophy. She's a Man-Eater is asked now to close that gap. In behind them, Perfect Neighbour, Marvelous Marver, and Houdini's Magic struggling, but Will in Charge is brave, approaching the furlong pole, and now She's a Man-Eater begins to nibble at the lead. Will in Charge just continues to hold on by over a length. She's a Man-Eater asked to bubble to the board on the outside. Will in Charge battling bravely on the rail. Will in Charge upset She's a Man-Eater.
For the second weekend in a row, jockey Halladine makes the headlines. His gate-to-wire plan aboard the field's only genuine front-runner, an obvious strategy, but Halladine had to be clinical in his execution and was, leaving Will in Charge with enough energy in the home stretch under vigorous left-hand whipping to fight off the island's best horse. Will in Charge scores a 6-1 upset victory by a length and a quarter under Halladine, who the previous weekend had splendidly won the Phillies Guinness aboard Disability Charm. The 2017 Triple Crown plus Diamond Mile winner She's a Man-Eater, second, suffering her first defeat in 16 months. Owned by WB Racing, the 5-year-old Will in Charge clocks a stakes record 1 minute 54.80 seconds in victory, going 9.1 furlongs in a super run for trainer Robert Pearson.
I feel great. I mean, anytime you take down a Horse of the Year, it's a great feeling. Just to win a Grade 1 race is always a good feeling. Since he returned to training this year, he has been training exceptionally well, and I expected a great run today.
At TNT Santa Rosa Park this past weekend, the informed 5-year-old Stockyard on a 2-race winning streak was a 9-5 favourite to land the 3-year-old and over 5.5 furlong sprint feature. Let's see how he does here. Nick Chady on commentary.
And they're off. Whisper Light hopped in the air at the start. And it's One for the Road who comes away running with the lead. Holy Man is up and on the pace in second. Here's Magical Victory pushing through to head the field now. Stockyard is up and on the pace and running a close-up third. One for the Road broke well, now being passed by Control Unit from the 5th position. Pose for a Cause comes away mid-pack running in 6th. Down to the inside, Whisper Light moving from the 7th position. And up on the outside, Buffalo Soldier is 8th. Conquest Besfocus, the trailer, along with ICU. Around the turn they go. It's a quick pace on. Halfway on the turn they are. Magical Victory to the front. Control Unit coming after him now. They get away by 4 lengths to Stockyard running in 3rd. Poso Course up and running in the 4th position. Holy Man is 5th. Magical Victory being collared now by Control Unit, and Control Unit takes the lead. Control Unit in front. Here comes Stockyard trying to wear him down in the outside. Holy Man running on from the next position in Magical Victory. It's Control Unit. Stockyard coming. It's Control Unit holding. Stockyard searching on the outside. Control Unit wins it.
Jockey Wilbert Leon and Control Unit appear to lose some rhythm here as the Panamanian rider switches his whip from left to right, but the 6-year-old stays strong to the finish and scores well as a 2-1 second favourite. This Control Unit's first win since March 2017, and the favourite Stockyard is beaten into second spot. The 50-1 outsider Magical Victory third. Control Unit snaps a 7-race losing skid and clocks 105.06 in victory for trainer Glenn Mendez and owner the SIR Stables.
Over now to Canada, where top Barbadian jockey Rico Walcott has been enjoying huge success for almost a decade in Edmonton. He kicked off his 2018 campaign this past weekend at the Hastings Racecourse in Vancouver and had immediate success in an added money event.
Aboard the 7-horse Aliford Bay in the Brighouse Bell Stakes, their rivals not in the frame, Walcott smooth and steady down the home stretch, and after completing 7 consecutive jockeys titles at Edmonton's Northlands Park last September, also landing the Century Downs Jockey's Crown in Calgary in November, he wastes no time in opening his stakes log for 2018. The filly Aliford Bay as a 2-5 favourite is much the best by 3.5 lengths for top trainer Blaine Wright, stopping the clock for 6.5 furlongs at 1:17.04 under Walcott, who was among 3 finalists for Canada's 2017 Jockey of the Year, that honour going to the Woodbine champion Eurico de Silva at Woodbine. His Barbadian colleague Ray Williams, though, coming up a big winner on the night, copping the Outstanding Apprentice Rider Award after a solid season at Northlands Park in Edmonton, where he was 6th leading rider, scoring 41 victories, including added money trams in the Red Diamond Express Stakes and the Alberta Oaks. In becoming the first Caribbean jock since TNT's Richard Just Ramos in 1982 to win Canada's Outstanding Apprentice Award, Williams dominated the voting at 158, more than twice the number of the runner-up, Ridge Balgobin from TNT.
We've been at the track, covering top stories and exciting races in the Sport of Kings. Check us out again next week.